A lot of people have asked me what happened to my looper attempt, and here's the update now. Also, we're going to answer, is it viable? Does it work? So, as I was making this account, people were messaging me telling me that looping had changed, that the developers had targeted it in some way, and they were correct. So I decided to AFK this account and see what would happen. I went AFK before the end of KVK1. I then woke it up at Past Glory in KVK2, collected the 20 gold heads, and then went back to KVK1 again. But the best day it offered me was day 26, so I did not get another Past Glory. Whether it's because I woke it during Past Glory affected what they offered me, or whether they're just going to prevent us from getting back to the start of KVK1 because of the huge advantage and the chance of then dominating and winning KVK1 as an individual is taken away from us. You would have to have a ginormous amount of AP on board to be able to go back to day 26 and then get into the top 20. I would say almost impossible. But let's have a look. This account in principle has only had 67 days consecutive login. Of course, it's a lot older than that because I've stopped playing it and it went AFK for 30 days. Also, remember, I cut off the end of preparation by at least 20 or 30 days. I also cut off the end of KVK1, so that's why I'm on such a low number of consecutive days. But if you then compare those consecutive days login to the power I have, which is 19 million, then this is still a pretty impressive account. In principle, it does work, but I was finding it very boring staying under 10 million. I was finding it very boring playing without a KVK, without a sunset team or a viable march for fighting in KVK1. As you say, I was getting my battle reports were horrendous. I was getting absolutely minced because I had no progress in the academy. Of course, though, I have changed that now. I now have 10 in herbal medicine, which is 1.8 million power, 9 in both the archer skills and even in combined arms. I've got 1.1 million power, which is level 9. So I've now got some pretty impressive tech on the account, as well as City Hall 25, Alliance Centre 25, and of course I'm stuck at Academy 24 because I didn't achieve the watchtowers or the castle to level 25, but c'est la vie. I was of course able to win a significant prize when I was boosting power. That was 5.8 million power, and that's 5.8 million power without a farm. That's all out of the bag, just resources I had on board. And so 20 gold heads there and 3,000 gems, which is pretty good. Let's just have a look. Oh, and of course a lot of YSG wheels, but as many people pointed out, that really tier 5 aren't the way forward. Really, perhaps to manipulate the looper for YSG would be a smarter move. Unless you're going to roll like this. My goodness, that was a bad one. Rather than trying to get tech and progress there, to go for YSG, because look at this, I've already had 4 or 5. This might be my 6th YSG wheel, I think. So there's certainly principles or things that can be looked at there. Oh, that was really bad. Have I got enough to do another one? Anyhow, hey! 8, nice. Anyhow, so, looping is viable, but I think if I was to do it again, to centre it around VIP 10 and YSG wheel, as opposed to progress with the castle, progress with the watchtower, and progress there, to put it into progress for YSG would be more sensible. And quite a few people did point this out to me as I was attempting this, and I feel they were right. So, certainly viable elements to loop in. It is being targeted by the developers, so be very, very careful if you're about to attempt it. I don't think I'm going to do another looper. I don't think it's for me. The principles are there, but I think the people that were getting away with it a year ago had the golden era, and now that it is definitely being spotted that people are misusing what should be for returning players as a method for boosting accounts. Anyhow, let's just go back here. There's the 67. So what about the future? So I think what I'm going to do is mothball this account. It will be a future farm, and I'm going to have another go at a new start, but I'm going to do the Hidden Lotus 1.5 million challenge just for a bit of fun. But this time I'm going to only do it with one. I believe there's only one redeem code going at the moment, because the most feedback I get about my 1.5 million challenge is that, of course, when I last did it, I had 5 or 6 redeem codes, which I then double counted because of, I think it was 5 redeem codes, which I double counted to 10 because of Christmas and because of doing a 1-day jump. And of course, nobody can reproduce that, which means it's a little unfair. And so let's just see if it's still possible to get the 1.5 million. When I start the account, I'll make sure I put some community notes up if you want to join, and maybe we'll get a little chat going. But remember, it's every man for himself on the 1.5 million challenge. If you do get to the 1.5 million free to play, also, I would love to review your account, especially if I can achieve it as well. So there we are. There's the update. I'm sorry this one fizzled out. I was also very ill in January. I started to play this account, and then, I was ill for 2 weeks, and it just fizzled out. So it should be more than 19 million now, and should have more consecutive days login, but it hasn't. So, thanks to you, everyone watching. There's the update.